Okay, Snapchat, final day of bare feet and a little bit of this, and I got to pack and head to the airport. So I'm going to cover board observers today. Most people know what a board of directors is, but they don't know what board observers are. So I'm going to explain what they are and why they can be a problem. Board of observers are people who have a legal right to attend your board meeting, but don't have a legal right to vote on issues. It seems very harmless. It seems benign. It seems like something that you should easily give in on. Don't give in on it. They don't want you to say no to board observers, but say no to board observers. But I'm going to give you some exceptions also. The reason I'm generally against board observers is that almost nothing at a board ever goes to an actual vote. The way you have power on a board, whether illegal, voting, or observer, is through the power of talk. You attend board meetings and can't vote, but you can push conversations in a direction or stop conversations. That gives you power. For whatever reason, board directors don't ever tell board observers, listen, you're a non-voting member. I appreciate your input, but please let us do our work. So if you do give in to a board observer, and there are reasons why you should in some cases, just know you're pretty much agreeing the same thing as a board member. And the reason I'm opposed is that you end up with 3 or 4 or 5 board members, and sometimes you have 3 or 4 or 5 board observers, and it becomes unruly. You want to get exec comp approved, you want to buy a company, you want to expand into a new territory, a board observer is going to push you just as hard as an actual board member. So who asks for observer rights anyways? Well, there's 3 types: strategics, junior people at a VC firm, or smaller funds. It's a way for them to feel like they get to monitor you without all the legal responsibilities and administration of an actual board member. In the case of strategics, sometimes you have to give in if you want their money, but what I would push for instead is to set up separate update meetings with those strategics rather than being at board meetings. Some strategic investors can be valuable, so there's no one size fits all, but just understand if you take an observer, it's pretty much like taking a board member. When it comes to a VC, if they ask for 2 seats, 1 board, 1 observer, I would generally say no, but here's how to accommodate them. Tell them that you'll allow junior members to come. There's good reasons for junior members to come, but there have to be rules, and I'm going to explain them. The junior member doesn't get a legal board observer role. They're just allowed to attend under the following conditions. Number 1, they have to be silent. They are truly observing the board meeting so they can learn and help follow up. Junior VC members who attend with a partner can be hugely valuable because those are people who can actually help you because they have more time and availability after the board meeting. And of course, VCs want the associates and principals and other people to actually learn, so bringing them can be useful to a VC. That doesn't mean that you need to give them a legal right. You give them permission to attend on a case-by-case basis, of which you'll mostly say yes. If you build a relationship with the juniors over time, and if there are rare cases where them weighing in may be beneficial to you, of course you would allow it. And then I've observed that some early stage seed funds ask for board observer rights because they don't want the hassles and administration and legal burdens of board seats, but they want to feel like they can monitor. Generally, my view is if they want to come to board meetings, they should take on the legal responsibilities of being a board member. You don't get a free pass. That said, there are some funds that I work with that just have a position that they do observer roles, and I've allowed it where I have relationships and I know and trust them. Keep in mind that boards tend to be consensus-driven entities. That's why things almost never come to a vote. If your board actually takes a vote, and some people vote on one side and some vote on another, it means that something's going really dramatically wrong. And that's why, in summary, I just want to remind you, if you accept a board observer as a legal role, it's the same thing just about as taking a board member. And because large groups are so hard to control, if you set up a lot of board observers, it's just going to take that much more work for you to actually get consensus.